Level 1 candidates, this is going to be a really quick video. I'm going to get right into the meat and potatoes because I know very well how every minute is precious during the final few days before any CFA exam. I used a very specific regimen during the final week to best prepare for each of the CFA exams I took, and I passed all of them, so I think that these tips may be beneficial to you. Right away, you almost need to forget about mock exams at this point. I think mock exams are very valuable, but I typically recommend folks start those about 4 to 6 weeks out before any CFA sitting. Now, I suppose if you're taking your level 1 exam at the end of this window, meaning maybe 5 days from now, you could finish one half of one mock exam and give yourself enough time to review those answers and actually learn from them. But for the most part, the time for practicing question and answers has passed. You need to focus on the very most efficient things that you can do for preparing your brain for this very daunting exam. So there are two main things. Number one, I think, is the most important thing you can do in the final days preparing for any CFA exam, especially the level 1 exams, and that is to memorize formulas. Because this is going to be a quick video and I don't want to waste all of your precious time, I'm going to be really brief here. If you felt like you had extra time and wanted to see or hear more of the details on my formula memorization process, just type in formulas or memorize formulas and you'll see a couple other videos on the channel. I got this methodology from Mark Meldrum. I did it before each of my CFA exams. I think this is a major contributor to why I passed. What you do is you get your relevant formula sheet, however you got a formula sheet that you think covers everything you're going to need to know, and you need to write down, handwrite, every formula from that formula sheet about 20 times. Your hand is going to hurt like crazy, but I promise you this will be worth it. It took me about 24 total hours, and I did this in 2 12-hour sessions, to handwrite every single formula from my formula sheet that I felt I was going to need to know to pass my upcoming test. After each block of 10 to 20 formulas that you've handwritten 20 times, you'll stop, pause, close your eyes, maybe cover up the page, and quiz yourself on the 10 to 20 formulas that you just covered. Make sure you actually know them. Any formulas you got wrong when you covered the page and quizzed yourself, write them down another 10 times, and then quiz yourself again. Make sure you have learned them. After you're positive, you know those 10 to 20, move on to the next group of 10 to 20, and write all of those 20 times each. Rinse and repeat. If you're doing it well, you should have memorized all the formulas that you could possibly need to answer any question that may get thrown at you on this test. And trust me, if you can put yourself in that position that I just described, you are going to drastically increase your ability to pass any of the CFA tests. Again, especially level 1, because so much of level 1 ends up being algebra, math, question answer. The second very important thing to do in the last week before your test, and actually it comes in the day before your exam, is to do nothing. You should relax. You should play some golf or basketball or some other like non-marathon running sport, right? Don't physically drain yourself, but something you kind of enjoy and you can work up a sweat. Maybe go to the movies, maybe do productive things around the house like laundry, clean the house, whatever, things that you feel accomplished for after your brain sort of feels good. Do not sit around and watch Netflix for 12 hours. You're gonna feel terrible at the end of a day like that. You wanna be doing things that are relaxing and easygoing. You certainly don't wanna be studying, and there's a reason for that. You just want to put yourself in an overall good headspace the day before the test and then go to bed early that night to try to get as much sleep as you can. The logic there is that there's such a large volume of information and such a large potential pool of questions you might be asked. Studying material for another 6, 8, even 12 hours the day before your test is only gonna marginally benefit you by another 1 or 2% of exposure to content. But if you relax and rest well, your brain may recall information 10, 20, maybe 30 or more % better than if you were like tired out the day of your exam. Okay, I wish you all the very best of luck. I hope every CFA candidate is able to pass their test. I know that's not the reality, but point is, memorize formulas, take 2 to 3 days to do that, and then take the last day off completely. You're going to drastically improve your chances of becoming a CFA charter holder in the future. Thanks for watching. Get back to it.